of the series for my walkthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. And today we're going to be going through the DLC I believe I got to. Let me get this started. Alright, so we're at Lucille Sanctuary, and our next boss for the DLC will be Artorias, the Abyss Walker. Now the DLC bosses are more difficult because they don't leave a lot of options to attack, and they're very aggressive, and sorcery and magic really doesn't do a lot of damage to them.
Something of a
Oh yes, and if you did not buy the sorceries and everything off Princess Dusk, then you could buy them off her. They're a little bit unique, some of them are pretty useful.
May the flame.
And so now let's get started heading to the boss. And you could find pieces of the Guardian armor around this place, although it's a very heavy armor set, and I don't think it's a very good replacement for the Havel's armor. So I'm just going to be showing you like a pretty quick way to get to the boss. Got this guy. 1, 2. Now you start going around. And right over here, where you see that light, there will be a shortcut that you can activate to get to the boss easier if you die. And I would not be surprised if I do to Artorias. And here's one piece of the Guardian set. You can find the other 3 pieces around here. They're not that hard to find. If you just wander a little bit, you should find it. So you just keep hugging as far right as you can go without falling off the cliff. And this will take you where you need to be. Right, and this will be a boss later. He is optional, although I will most likely be fighting him. It's definitely one of the more difficult bosses in the game, as are most of the DLC. Here's the Crystal Lizard. Oh, 2 Titanite chunks. That was actually a really good drop, although I won't always give you that. You should always watch out for these guys. They could do a lot of damage, especially on New Game Plus. Now you could just fight everything, although I'm not going to. I'm just going to go straight to the boss. Those stone guys definitely hit hard, and it takes a heavier weapon to really take them down, but they aren't too bad. And they can drop Twinkling Titanite if you wanted to farm for that instead of just buying it off the blacksmith in Orlando. And down that way is where we'll be fighting Calamite later on. But we can't do that yet until after we get past a certain point.
Let me
guess.
guess.
Is Chester?
Snatched by a shadowy limb.
Later on, he will actually invade you.
Yes, of course. We are both strength, but at
it's
least
a little weird.
now
Like, he doesn't really give you anything or anything like that. But if you kill him right now, you could just get his whole armor set. And he will sell you up to 13 humanity for a very high price.
So long.
And I'm not going to kill him, although I usually do just for his armor set, because I love the way that it looks. And this is that shortcut I was telling you about. This will take you right back up toward the bonfire. So if you lose to the boss, this will be much easier to get here. And this is not an easy boss fight. And I should have bought the gold timer sent off Elizabeth earlier. Alright, so let's give this a shot, see if we can get this done on our first try. Definitely my favorite cutscene in the game. I actually have my volume very low, which I just realized. Hey, Kev. And there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Knight Archelaus. You definitely have to be very careful when you choose to attack. There's not a lot of openings, and he will do for very heavy damage. He's extremely aggressive. As you see, hard to find a good time to heal. Although the best time is when he starts to buff himself. Oh, I got really lucky that didn't hit me. And yeah, it's still a DLC, it's just kind of built into the game on this one. Oh, I did not manage to hit him, and that's why you shouldn't always do that. But it could be alright as long as you manage just to unlock him. Uh-oh. Yep, did not beat him on my first try. But since I opened up that shortcut, I could just run straight back over here. Yeah, this will probably be a little bit better with a lighter weapon, but this is the only weapon that I've upgraded, so that's the only real reason why I'm really using it. All the DLC bosses are really aggressive, so it's better to do either long range or fast weapons. Although if I was going to upgrade a weapon, it'd probably be better if I upgraded something that needed Twinkling Titanite. Alright, so first, actually, I'm going to buy those gold Pimerus that she sells. It'll help me get off a little bit more damage.
May
And I'm gonna turn human. Not that I have to, but I don't like the way my character looks. Oh yeah, and thanks for joining the stream, the burning one. Nah. Honestly, I think they're both about the same. The only serious difference I see is that you can heal as a summon now and an invader. Actually, if I could make myself just fast roll, then this could actually make this a lot easier. There we go. Right, I'm going to try fast rolling, it's because clearly I'm not really using my poise to get through much. I'm at 37. Although I do have enough health to do one or two trade-offs with him. And this is that shortcut I was talking about that I opened up. Put this back up so I don't fall right down this if I forget to, if I die again. Now let's try this again. but a little bit more damage. Alright, now let's give this a shot. Ooh, that was a close call to start with. Always gotta be careful when you heal. As you see, he basically never stops attacking. Yes, and he could do that up to like 3 times. If you really need to heal, the best time to do it is when he's buffing. Ooh, this fight never gets any easier. And hit that double spin. I think it's about time to try out a different strategy. Or maybe just to kindle my bonfire. That might help as well. Let's see, what kind of Titanite do I have? Yeah, not that great. Alright, so this time I am still going to do this. Although this time it would probably be smarter if I gave myself a little bit more humanity. I mean Estus. And now that I can actually heal, this should make this quite a bit easier. And that's cool, Kev. Actually, since I have a very big power weapon, and I will be putting out decent damage, and I now have a good amount of healing, I might try just tanking through his hits. That's a pretty good strategy, especially when you have Havel's armor available. Although that's not a strategy I would ever suggest on New Game Plus. Alright, let's try something a little bit different. Get on as much poison defense as possible. I feel like Havel's armor is the only one with a significant defense boost. I think this is probably one of our better shields. Alright. And as you see, I just tanked right through his hit. I got him down to almost half health. Wow. Alright, maybe I've been making this a lot more difficult than I had to. Should have just did this from the start. And it takes 2 hits from my Zweihander to unlock him. Grabbing this. And I don't know if any of you noticed from my last 2 fights, but he's doing a lot less damage with Havel's armor on. Also be very careful of that attack. It was a really weird hitbox. Yeah, I got more poison health than you. Actually, I'm kind of surprised I could still normal roll with all this on. This is a very popular invasion spot, so I might get invaded here at my level. I do not have a password on or anything like that. And as you see, I'm already being invaded. And yes, for this boss I will be getting a summon. Okay, let me see if I could just unlock him to death. I'm sorry about this, but I don't feel like dying. Oh god. I feel kind of bad for that. Like I said, I'm at a little bit of a low level to be using a plus 15 weapon. Alright, and now that we have a buddy, we can go and try to fight the boss. And during PvP, using Howl's armor is usually a very hated thing to do. Because like I said, this is probably the best armor in the game. Because poise is a very big thing in Dark Souls 1. Not nearly as much in the other Dark Souls in the series. This will be a shortcut for later on that we cannot go through yet. Alright, now down here there's going to be a sorcerer who shoots dark spells at you. She will do a crap ton of damage basically at any point in the game, new game or not. So you just want to take her out as fast as you can. There's also going to be another guy right around this corner. And this is around the part where Marvelous Chester will be invading you once you get onto this bridge. There he is, and I'm just going to stun lock him to death. Cheese for the win. Oh wow, he jumped. Right? He's not going to drop anything, but you do get a decent amount of souls. Down there, looks like somebody already killed the Mimic. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to show you where to get the dark spells in here. This should be the very good carving, I believe. Yep. These things are always fun, especially in PvP. Show you what it does. Infinite use, and it just does a little sound thing. There are 4 of them. There's the thank you, the very good, and the sorry, and there's also a well done. Right, so if you go over here, roll off this, here, and if you have a skull lantern, the spell cast light, the sunlight maggot, or basically any source of light, then you come over here, fall down this, and use your source of light right in front of this. And that's how you unlock this illusionary wall. And then you'll find silver pendant, which would be a useful tool when you're fighting Manus, because it'll deflect his dark spells. And now you're ready to get your own first dark spell. It's right through here. There's going to be 2 of them in this room, so be careful. So you see how much damage that did to me even with this armor on. It's doing about as much as the boss did. And here's the dark orb. So, and there's also the, right up here, there's another one of the carvings. And then the last two you're going to be buying off of, Goff. I'm starting to feel kind of dirty using this armor, so I'm going to take it off. Only 2 pieces of it. Now if you run over here, go down, and to get out of this you can just run and jump. Make sure you jump though, don't roll or else you'll die. Huh. Both my phantoms died from something. I don't even know what it was. Maybe I got invaded when I wasn't paying attention. Well, these things can drop large titan. Hello, Mysterious Owl Gaming. I remember you. Huh. They must have died from him. I usually take him out before I even do anything. And I missed my plunging attack. Ooh, it's got some jukes. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this poison and heal up. Luckily that's just poison, not toxin. And it looks like they already did the hard part. They took out the sorcerer that was up there. And this is where you'll be finding your second dark spell. It's that thing on the chain. You just take out your bow and put on an arrow. All you need to do is shoot at it and you can get it down. This one will, I forget if it's poison or toxin, but it'll do one of those two to an invader. It'll also work on most enemies, but it's not super effective against normal people. Yeah, appreciate it, Mystery Owl. I'm glad to see you're here. Alright, now over here, you can just roll off here, and then kill this guy. Now that chest right there is another mimic, so you throw on your Lloyd's Talisman, if I still have any. I don't, but it doesn't really matter, I already have the symbol of avarice. Then just take him out, nice and easy. The quicker the better. And he'll give you this key. This will let you talk to Goff, which will unlock your the ability to fight Calamite, the Black Dragon. And that's pretty much all we need from over here, so we can go back down. Now I'm about to unlock that shortcut I was showing you earlier. But before that, this part is kind of iffy. Because there are like 2 of those melee ones that'll come out and ambush you. Then there's those 2 sorcerers back there. And you've already seen the insane amount of damage they can do. So I like to take out my bow and take them out as quickly as possible. And also if you have your silver pendant, it will also work to deflect their spells. But I did not equip it. Hey Vanessa. And there's one. I just have to take out this other one and then I can run down there and start killing all the little guys. Oops. Do not want to get hit by his spells. I'm alright. Good to be streaming again. I've been playing Dark Souls 3. I'm still not very good at 3 yet, so I figured I should get better at it for when I want to stream. This isn't working. Alright, so now I can actually show you how the silver pendant works. Alright, so when you put this on, take this out. Crap, no, I'm active, alright. Now wait till he shoots at me again and I'll show you what this does. See, it'll deflect the spells, making them much easier to deal with. And you can also get their heads, which do look pretty funny. Yeah, thanks. How about you? Alright, next is this guy. He could be dangerous. He's got pretty good physical defense and a good amount of power, but he's usually not too difficult. And you can get the full chainmail set off of him, which is the set that you can buy from the first merchant you'll ever meet. Alright. And after this guy comes up, it will be a little ambush, but it's not very hard to deal with. Send this back up so I don't fall down it later. And here's your the Abyss Dungeon bonfire. I could level up a pretty good amount of times. So let me see what I got. Actually, I think when I reach the boss, I will actually be using a different weapon. I will be using my crystal halberd against him. So I'll bring it up a couple times. And I'll bring up my endurance a little bit more. It's always a useful thing to have because it brings up your equipment load, and it will also let you swing more and run more. And always roll, which is something you will have to do a lot to dodge almost every attack. And over here is probably one of the best spells in the game. It's called Dark Bead. But this is a pretty dangerous spot, so you do want to be very careful. That one in the way back is actually a sorcerer, as you can see. So you just want to run up and take that one out as fast as you can. And I do want to conserve my Estus flasks for the boss fight, so that's why I'm not really using them. And this is where you find Dark Bead. And that is all the dark sorceries in the game, although there will be a dark pyromancy down here more. Hey, legend. Hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, and all these little humanity sprite things. This is a really good way to get humanity, but they could be dangerous because if you don't stay at a good range, they do damage to you just by you touching them. But first, before I take out that whole horde, if you come over here, this is how you save Sif. You see, that's Alvina, the forest cat. This one, she's younger. She's going to be leading you to where Sif is so you can save him. See, these all drop humanity, except these really big ones could actually drop twin humanities. And thanks. Alright, and this is where Sif is at. This is actually an illusionary wall. And as you see, just walking into them damages me, so I do have to be very careful. This is all about maintaining your range. There's Sif. Alright, let's take care of all that. Now when you go up to him, if you wait a second, he'll be freed. And he will actually help you with the boss fight now that you freed him. And you get the cleansing great shield. It's not very good, but it's fun for if you want to do an Artorias cosplay. And before I go over to the boss, I'm just going to show you where to get Great Combustion real quick. I mean, Black Flame. It's like a dark version of Great Combustion. Right, and it's right up here after you get past these few sprites. And there it is. And those are all the spells that are in the DLC. And now we can head over to the boss, which is right up here. This will take us back to where we were before we fell down and met Alvina. Here's humanity. And now I'm gonna take out this horde, mostly because it's fun and also because it can give me humanity. And it's definitely the best spot that you can possibly ever farm for it. If you ever need it, if you want to play with a friend or you just want it for healing. And I think it's on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say it's probably 7.5. Although after you know the game, then I'd say it's probably about a 5. There's your first twin humanities. Yeah, this is about as hard as most games can get, at least when you first ever start it. Like Dark Souls 3 I just started playing, and I'm having a very difficult time with it so far. but this is just actually very similar to this game, so I'm sure once I get used to it, it'll get a lot easier. And hopefully I'll find a summon sign right before the boss, because I'll probably be needing some kind of help with this. And there was a little path here that you can go to get down there. Watch out, there are a couple little humanities trapped in here with you. They're very dangerous in these small quarters. Pretty hard to hit. So much for conserving Estus, but we have humanities to heal with. And there's humanity to heal us from that drop. Alright, and now this is where we're at the boss. And it looks like there are no summon signs here. So I'm just going to be fighting him by myself and hopefully with Sif. And his Sif sign is actually inside of the boss room. And this is the first time that will ever happen. Oops, I don't mean to do that. There's Sif. Gotta get him. He's like, he won't do an insane amount of damage to the boss or anything like that, but he is helpful for distracting him because these bosses are so aggressive that you'll never find an opening by yourself. This is a pretty bad start. I get a decent amount of damage on him, but it's nothing amazing. Oh, and Sif is not helping me distract him at all. No, although he's definitely very aggressive right now, when he pulls out his dark magic, that's when he's at his worst. That's what Silver Pendant stood for. Oh, and there's this wombo combo, at least that's what everybody calls it for some reason. Now when you don't have Estus, it can be very difficult to find an opportunity to heal, since you have to use your humanity or possibly divine blessings if you have any. Always want to keep your silver pendant handy. He does have a dark attack that will one-shot you if you get hit by the full brunt of it. And good luck when you fight him. He definitely has to get used to the way he plays. There's no other boss that fights like him. And you get a very good amount of humanity for it. And there's Princess Dusk. That's the lady that we freed from the Crystal Golem. And she doesn't really say anything or anything like that. And then it's the last point in the game that you'll really see anything for her. And now, although we're technically done with the DLC, I am going to fight Calamite. And he is an optional boss. So we have to go back to Ulysseal Township. And this is where we'll be meeting Goff. He's one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn. He's called Hawkeye Goff, actually. Actually, before I do that, here's another one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn, Kieran the Assassin. She will ask you to give her the soul of Artorias, and if you do, she will give you her weapons.
You, the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
Now, clearly I'm not actually going to do that, but...
Yes, of course. I must...
I want her armor, and I don't really need her weapons, so I'm just going to kill her.
You humans, always taking what you please.
Oh, my timing is way
I shall
off.
do the same.
There we go. No, just R1 spammer. The infinite stun lock never fails. And she will actually throw like throwing knives and Lloyd's talismans at you. The Lloyd's talismans can become a problem if you don't do a lot of damage.
Humans, my dear Artois.
Alright, now we can go meet Goff. And I actually forgot, I was actually going to use the Crystal Halberd against Manus, but looks like everything worked out. Guess I'll try using it on Calamite. Actually, I kind of want his tail. So no, actually I won't, because this weapon will be better for getting his tail off. When you cut off his tail, you get a weapon called the Obsidian Greatsword. It has low stat requirements and one of the highest physical damage, base damages that you can ever get. Here's Goff.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. That old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid.
Alright, and this is also where you can get your other 2 carvings, the hello and the thank you. And you can buy prism stones, they're extremely cheap, so I just get them. And he will sell you large titanite shards for a decent price, and titanite shards. And this is the only place you can get Goff's great arrows. This is meant for a Dragon Slayer bow or Goff's great bow, which you could get if you decide to kill him. Now, after this... Now first, before you can fight Calamite, you have to go into his boss room. And it won't actually let you fight him. But after you see him, once he shows up, you just leave his room. Then you come back here, and you need Goff to help you get into his fight. So now you have to run back right before you fought Artorias, that place where I told you you'll be fighting Calamite.
Oh, you. You have quite some nerve. Or are you just thick?
After he invaded me, he talks to me like that. Alright, I don't really need my souls for anything, so I think I'm just gonna buy some humanities off him.
I'll be seeing you if...
And now I'm gonna kill him, because I want his armor.
What now? You
And also
think
because
this
I'm
is
kind
all
of mad at him
my
for invading me.
fault? How very... You win! Please! Oh, please! Have mercy!
And there's Chester's armor. Definitely one of my favorites in the game. I'll show you how it looks real quick. I think that the chest is the best part, but the helmet's pretty nice too. And it's the only way to get it, by killing him. And although I am going to change the helmet, I think I'm going to keep the armor on. Alright, that looks okay. Now against Calamy, if you're planning on using your shield, you should find something with good fire reduction, because he will be breathing fire a lot. Although that doesn't really matter that much for me, because I'm mostly just going to be trying to dodge him. Right, so now this is boss room down here, and there will be a bunch of little dogs here. You might want a fast weapon to deal with them, although I'm just going to use this. Especially when you don't have any poise, because any attack that hits you will stagger you like that. Alright. And now we're almost to the boss room. We just have a couple more little dogs to kill. And if you don't feel like running back when you get into the boss room, you could just use a homeward zone. About time to switch things up a little bit. Alright. Now we can go and fight. Well, we can't fight him, but we can go and activate his fight. And there will actually be a crystal lizard right down here. Once I see him. There he is. That was not quick enough, although you can actually kill that thing. Right. Back here, there's a chest back there that actually has a titanite slab in it. That's a very nice thing to find. Actually, I think I'm going to go grab that before I leave this place. This one shot at me, but that's okay. I'm going to be coming right back here so I can just grab my souls when I'm back. Alright, now we have to go to Ullsteel Township again. Yeah, don't worry, he's not actually that overpowered. That's just how he is when you first meet him. There's no way to fight him or beat him until after you talk to Goff again. And he is probably one of, if not the hardest bosses in the game. Although it makes it like 10 times harder when you're trying to get his tail off and you're just not quite getting it.
Tomorrow, is the black dragon posing the duress? Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamite. Ferocious dragon indeed. Even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but my intent is to persevere to the bitter end. Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias. Now... So this is
Oh,
what
whoops. I did not mean to do that. I guess that's what I get for setting my controller down. Oh. I guess that's not gonna work. Although I'm gonna try. Oh, holy crap, that did a lot of damage. I've actually never fought Goth before because I've never actually tried to kill him. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, he's fighting me like a sumo wrestler. Crap, he wins. Alright, well that's a bust. Now the only way for me to reverse what I just did and of accidentally attacking him would be to to leave my game and then to go back in without saving at all, which I'm not going to do that. But I did hear of another way to get Calamite down that I might test out after I kill Goth, because I'm going to need his great bow in order to do it. He is actually pretty tough though, give him that. I never knew he was going to be this hard to beat. It's like his own little boss. I'm sorry, forgive me, buddy. You know I'd never do that purposely. Yeah, unfortunately there is no forgiveness in this. Actually, I just realized something that I've never done before. It may be possible that if you go to Velka and you ask him to request absolution, you might be able to make this guy friendly again. But I don't know if that would actually work. Oh my god. Can't fight him in this little room. Well, at least now I just jump down here to heal. And it's dead. Good. His armor actually was, I don't know, I don't really like his armor, but I do like the leggings that go with his armor. Oh, I actually did not want to kill him. I was going to have him bring down Calamite for me, but when I was talking to him, when I set down my controller, I accidentally hit the R2 button. Alright, so Velka can do that? Alright, I really wasn't sure about that. But either way, I'm gonna, unfortunately I don't think you can bring him back to life. But I'm gonna test out another way to bring down Calamite that I heard about. Because apparently you can actually shoot him down yourself. First, let me turn human though, because my guy looks hideous. And there's the great bow that I got. Wow, I do not have the stats for this. Yeah, no. Unfortunately though, it looks like I might get stuck not fighting him. You know, I think I'm just gonna skip Calamite for this. Although, I also have Dark Souls on PS3. Yeah, I think for this I'm gonna skip it. But I think in one of my other streams, I can just do that now, I think. Hold on, let me check something. Because I do still want to show off the Calamite boss fight. I don't exactly know where all my other characters are at, but... Oh, nice. Alright, which character should I try? Krios, Arthur, Valkyrie. I guess I'll go on Valkyrie. Alright, where is this person at in the game? I've already beaten the 4 kings. But have I ever gone to the DLC? I haven't been to the DLC yet on this character. Whoops, did not mean to press that. You know what? I'm gonna try going on to my main character. Let me see if I know I'm on like New Game Plus whatever on him, but I might not have fought Calamite. Alright, no problem. It's nice to see you here. Dang it. I'm not that far into this New Game Plus. Alright. Well, I'll just go back onto my account and keep going, but on my next stream, I'll have one of these characters to the point to where I can show off how to fight Calamite. Because that is definitely a very fun and interesting boss fight that you probably want to see. So where should I go next? Alright. I'll show you a kind of secret boss that you can go to. And to fight Gwendolyn, first I don't think you necessarily need a bow. Whatever, these will work. So you just kill this lady. She's actually just an illusion. Oh my god, I missed twice. That's sad. Missed again. And now you can fight Gwendolyn. There's usually like a little cutscene there of Gwendolyn getting mad and the whole Inner Londo going dark. I do not know why it didn't happen, but I guess that's alright. Oh, I think it's because I'm in the Way of White Covenant. If you're in the Way of White, or if you're in the Princess Guard Covenant, then Inner Londo doesn't go dark after you kill her. goodbye. Oh. Hello, goodbye. Actually, I think since Anor Londo did not go dark when I did that, I might have to go to the catacombs and get the, what is that ring called? The Dark Seance ring in order to fight her. That shouldn't be too hard to get though, as long as I can remember where the heck it's at. And Gwendolyn is actually a him, but it looks more like a her. And I'm gonna have to go and find the Dark Moon Seance ring in order to fight him. Well, I hate the catacombs, but I guess I have to do it. There's no way to warp to the catacombs, so you have to go to Firelink and run there. Now I do not remember exactly where this is found in the catacombs, so I'm probably going to have to explore a little bit. I always hate this place. Alright. And actually I think I am going to be human. Since after usually like when you turn human, you can summon people, but when you can also be invaded. But since I've already beaten the boss, I cannot get a summon, and I cannot be invaded. So this pretty much just makes me look pretty. I don't think I'm going to kill everything. Just try to run straight through everything. So I'm going to grab the Lucerne. This is actually a pretty good weapon, although it could be pretty hard to use. Oh, this is not good. That's why I hate this place. Blood loss is definitely a very dangerous status effect in this game. Which might actually, since I'm just exploring, I will just put on really good armor. I just don't like to keep this armor on because I feel kind of overpowered. I can just walk through anything now. So yeah, actually this armor you do just find right in Anor Londo, right where I got it. So it's a pretty early time to find it. And you could probably get through the entire game with this armor, especially if you can normal roll with it on. As you can see, I can just walk right through everything, and everything has reduced damage. It's a very good armor for trading hits. Alright, and it's not down this way. And you know, I never really explored this place the last time I came here because I just took 2 big drops in order to get to the boss. I'm just walking straight through everything. And also this, when you're wearing this armor, you do get a very good amount of bleed resistance. So it's definitely good for pretty much any situation. Oh yeah, and these guys aren't actually dying. If you don't get souls for it, they're not dying because I never killed this necromancer. Yeah. The skeletons won't stay dead until after that guy's dead. Kill this last one. Yep. And if you're not getting souls for the skeletons that you kill, that means that the necromancer in that area is still alive. Alright, I'll go this way. See where this takes me. No, see, I did not get souls when that one looked like it died, so he's not really dead yet. Get out my way. No. And there's the necromancer for this area. And that item up there is actually the Great Scythe, which is a very good dex weapon. And this is actually where you'll meet the blacksmith Vamos. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, you have to be very careful with your rolls right there. And there's a Titanite demon back there. I don't think I'm going to kill him because I just don't really need anything from him. And I should be getting pretty close to the Darkmoon Seance ring. I know it's somewhere around here. Oh, there's a necromancer. And this actually is right by the boss. This is not the way I need to be going. There's nothing over here. But now that I killed the necromancer, I can get rid of the skeletons. And also these necromancers don't respawn. So after you kill them once, you're good. I guess I'll kill the Black Knight over here. Yeah, these Black Knights are pretty much just around everywhere. Oh nice, I got the Black Knight Great Axe. This is actually one of the most powerful weapons in the game. And it's very popular for PvP to just backstab people with. You need, what is it? 36 strength and 18 dex to use it. It's a little bit hard to use, but definitely worth it if you're able to. Now I'm back to where I started. Alright. Now I think there was a spot where I could have went 2 different directions. So it must have been the other one. That's where the Titanite demon's at. It's just a dead end over there, so there's no point going that way. So let me go up here. I'm pretty sure I didn't kill the necromancer for these things, so there's not really any point in killing them either. They're just gonna come right back. Actually, this might be the right direction to the Dark Moon Seance Ring. These ones aren't gonna stay dead. I didn't kill their neck. Oh wait, yes, one of them did. I guess he followed me from pretty far away. Is that it? Yep, this is it. This is what I wanted. It's the Dark Moon Seance Ring. Let me use my homeward bone and get out of here as quick as I could. Oh crap. Yeah, if you get shot in the head or staggered, it won't let you use it. Okay. And now I can fight Gwendolyn. When you put on that ring, it'll unlock an illusionary wall. Yeah, and she's kind of pissed off at me because I killed that lady. But this way we'll be getting another Firekeeper soul.
Master Gwendolyn.
Well, that was nice and easy. Unfortunately though, I cannot use her bonfire anymore. I can warp to it, but I can't sit at it or anything. Wait for the elevator. And this is actually a very easy boss that I'm about to fight. But if you do manage to beat her, she will be giving you one of the best miracles in the game. It's called Sunlight Blade. Alright. There's no lever to pull, so I have to go through these things again. with a very big, heavy weapon like this, this little balancing act can be pretty hard to do. Which is why I'm probably actually going to use this weapon. Oh nice, I got their sword. That does take like 20 dexterity to use, so I can't actually use it, but that can be a pretty good sword. Or dagger, I guess it would be closer to. Crap. Aw, dang it, I didn't manage to do it. I was gonna quit and go back in, so it'll be like I never fell. And also, since I can't sit at it, it'll always make me spawn back at the bonfire before I warp to it. Alright, let's try this again. And no matter how long you play this game, you will always die. Sometimes from the weirdest things. Okay, let's see if I can kind of speed run through this without dying. Preferably. Run, run, run. Always have to be careful on these things. Alright, managed to kill them all. Now I just have to focus on not killing myself. And then you have to turn this thing twice in order to go all the way down to the boss Gwendolyn. Alright, now stand in front of the statue and put on your ring You only need to put it on for a second and it'll disappear. Alright, now when you're down here you could join her covenant, which is called the Dark Moon Covenant. And you can get a really good miracle called Dark Moon Blade and the Dark Moon Talisman, which is the best miracle casting thing in the game with really high faith. But even if you're in the Covenant, the second you go through this, you're no longer in it. You can't join it, and you will be fighting her, which is what I'll be doing.
What foolishness! Why trespasseth upon the great Lord's tomb, whilst thou art a disciple of the Dark Sun? Mark the words of mine self, Gwyndolin. Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Yeah, and I guess she's just like some kind of master of illusions, so this hallway will go on for, from what I heard, it's not actually forever, but it's pretty close. Oh, alright, Vanessa. Oh. Yeah, the bow is actually the attack you probably want to hope for, because it is the best time you can really get up close to her, covering a lot of ground. See, she does not have much health. Her damage is not too high. And one more hit should kill her. And watch out for that attack, it will actually go straight through walls. And there you go, that's done over with.
Swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
And apparently that's actually a guy, but I just wind up calling him a she a lot. Alright. And over here you'll be finding the brass armor, an empty chest, and the sunlight blade miracle. I really love that spell. Alright, and now I think I'm actually gonna go show you all the boss armor that I can buy now. That guy that was underneath the bridge at Firelink Shrine should sell it. Hey, it's good to have you back. Hey, that boss fight was pretty easy. Managed to finish it. Alright, now I'm going to be going to buy the rest of all that armor.
Aye, Shemai. I didn't expect to meet anybody here. I suppose great minds...
And here's armor from all the bosses that we killed. This is the Iron Golem's armor. This is Ornstein's armor. This is the boss that I just killed, Gwendolyn's armor. And this is Knight Artorias' armor. Definitely want that. I want all of her armor.
Thank you.
Right, now let me see how many more of these I can buy with all my boss souls and everything. I had not really used any of my souls throughout the playthrough. So I should have a decent amount saved up. Oh yeah, that's alright. My stream probably won't be too much longer. I've already been on for like an hour and a half. Actually, after what was I gonna do next, actually? Yeah, actually I might end it off after I get this boss armor. And I think on my next stream I'll be going into the Painted World. And I might go to the Great Hollow.
Thank you. That...
Alright. There we go. Now we have
Thank you.
all the boss armors. They're always fun to have. I love this combination with Havel and Artorias. Actually, I think I might just stick with it. Actually, there is an armor set that I do want to grab. Alright. Alright, and I think that'll be it for this part. We got through the entire DLC, and we got done with one of the mini bosses. Alright, and thanks for joining in on my stream, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow at the same time between 9:30 and 10. Thanks for everyone who's here and liked the video and subscribed. Have a nice day.